cognitive intelligence. So I appreciate what you said. Coach Azu, I love you.
Love you too, darling.
Y'all have met Auntie Roz in that assistance,
okay? Oh my God. Awesome. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Rose. That was amazing anyway. Thank you, Thomas.
Yes.
Are you still sharing your screen? Let me know,
yes.
please. Because
no, I can take that off now.
Awesome. All right. So thanks a lot, Thomas. That was amazing. I loved everything you shared. You were just so real in terms of having to bring down the principles of what it really means to be a leader in that essence, and organizational leadership, creativity sense, and all of that. Just immediately, because we don't have all the time anymore. This is just a very sharp session, right? So thank you, Thomas. I'm going to be coming back to you again. Just hold on, hang on, and just be there. All right. The next person is an amazing lady, Erin Porch. Hi, Erin Porch. This is someone who is an expert in terms of business utility. She's been into the industry of helping organizations, companies, institutions to build business. So she's a very strategic business and leader consultant. Amazing ladies and the remaining gentlemen on the call, it is my honor to invite Lady Erin Porch for her presentation. Awesome.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Hello. It is so good to see you all today. Thank you so much, Samuel, for having me into the Brian Tracy Leadership Community. I appreciate you all for having me today. Are you all able to hear me and see me okay?
We can see you. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, and can you see my screen?
Yeah, I could see a lady with a globe. So that's amazing.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure that things are in order as I prepare to get into the flow. Please keep me on time as I begin to prepare. The download just continue to flow. So I feel like I can probably speak on this subject for about 2 weeks, just pouring into people to literally help them to shift into innovative leadership and to execute and delegate. So I'm really excited today to have this conversation with you all. And as Samuel has mentioned, I'm Erin Porche, founder and CEO of Global Risk Consulting Group. And as we prepare to dive in, I just want to thank you all for showing up for yourself on today. You chose to be here. You chose to say yes. You chose to accept the invitation to receive transformative information that can literally help you to go to the next level in your life, in your business, and also in your career. So I just want to thank you all for showing up on today. And with that being said, I want you to know that you are loved, you're strong, you're capable, you're worthy, and you are enough. Okay. We are all peculiar. We are created and designed by God, and we have purpose. So with that, the conversation is about innovative leadership, and we have some rules that I'd like to share with you all. Rules of engagement, right? This is a conversation. This is an exchange. So we want you all to have on your camera, use your cell phone, take some screenshots, capture whatever resonates, whatever connects with you. And as you capture that great footage, why not share it, right? So feel free to tag me on social media. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and my handle is Lady Erin Love. So sharing is caring. If you get some good footage, if you get a good snippet, share it, right? Feel free to use the chat box This is a conversation, this is an exchange, and we'd love to hear from you. Talk to me. I'll be asking you some questions and love to get your feedback and your input. I want us to dialogue, I want us to connect and really get what we came here for today. And at the end of the conversation, I'll open it up for questions. All right. So, with that, I want everybody to commit to going to the next level and navigating through the growth and the expansion. The information that you all just received was so valuable, and I hope that you all were taking notes. I want you to continue to take notes. It's important that we get the information so that we can make decisive decisions. And from there, we are then able to develop an action plan. It's so important that in all of our getting, we get an understanding, we get the information, and we take action. Taking action is where it is. We must apply ourselves in order to yield the results, right? So again, any question that is unasked, um, it, it it weighs on you. You continue to think about it and you regret not asking the question. So write down your questions. And as we prepare to close out, please, please, please raise your hand or speak up and ask questions. We want to answer your questions so that we remove any blockers, any limitations, so that you can propel forward and move on the information that you all are receiving today. And finally, we want you to prepare to invest, reinvest, and invest again. You made the first investment that was saying yes and showing up today. So, the agenda, we're going to go over some key terms. We'll talk about the value of our greatest assets, building blocks and mindset, tips for growth and development, and then we'll go into project execution and delegation. We just got some great information on that, so some things I may or may not touch on. And then from there, under the project execution and delegation, we'll talk about effective communication for desired results, leveraging strengths and understanding weaknesses, the value of our greatest assets. We'll touch on that again. And then we'll have a cool exercise where we'll go right into an execution session. Then we'll connect, close, and seal the deal. All right. Sounds like a good agenda. So I'm Erin Porche. I'm a woman of God and I am a kingdompreneur. I am a global keynote speaker and facilitator, and I hope to be where you are one day, someday. I'm a private wealth advisor and portfolio manager, consulting catalyst, and most of all, I am love. I love people. I love life. I love to dance, and I love, love, love to live. So that's a little bit about me. And I look forward to meeting you all someday as well. Let's dive right into what is innovative leadership. So I did, some Googling or what have you, just to see what people are saying about innovative leadership. And, when we think about these terms, there's, different perspectives and different ways people apply these principles. And with innovative leadership, the definition that resonated with me most, that really came natural, was that innovative leadership is a style of leadership that involves applying innovation and creativity to managing people and projects. So, what does that mean? When you think about innovative leadership, or when you think about innovation, just as a term, what are some words that come to mind? I'd like for you all to put it in the chat. When you think about innovation, what comes to your mind when you hear that word? Innovation, creativity, okay. Uniqueness, yes. What else? Innovation, what comes to mind? Anybody else? When you think about innovation, improvement, change for better, skills, revolution, flexibility. All good stuff. Good, good, good. Love, love, love it. Loving the input here. So we share the same sentiments when we think about innovation. You all really brought up some really good terms: newness, new ideas, transformation. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so you all get it. You all understand innovation. When we think about leadership, I understand that you all have been having this conversation around leadership. So, with that being said, um, you know, we are born to be leaders. We all have a purpose, and it's a matter of us getting an understanding of the Word of God, getting an understanding of our own identity, understanding who we are, to then connect with the leader that is within, the leader that God created us to be. And with that, we actually have a choice, right? We have a choice to choose to show up and be that leader. So when you put innovation and leadership together, that's what we want to talk about today. So, one of our key terms, leadership, is a process by which an individual or a group creates direction, alignment, commitment for their shared work. And this can be in your business, in your career, in your ministry, wherever you are serving as a leader in your community. Innovation leadership is a process for creating direction, alignment, that word alignment, once again, and commitment needed to create and implement something new that adds value. A key word there is adding value. And another word that I love about this definition is create, right? We are all creative. When we hear, see, or smell, our response varies across the board because we're all different. We all have different backgrounds. We come from different families. We come from different environments, and we are different, right? So, with that, that means we are unique and we have the power to create and bring something from a different perspective to the table. And that's where our innovation comes in. So I love, love, love the concept and the thought of innovation leadership. And the reason why that is because we can literally tap into our natural nature, the things that we think about, the things that come up in our hearts, the things that come up in our mind. And if we are confident to release that and to flow in that, that's where the real action happens, the real magic happens, and the divine application of innovative leadership happens. And it's really trusting our intuition, knowing ourselves, having that self awareness, and feeling confident to apply it in any environment, be it our career, be it in business, in church, in our community, etc., and so on. So with that, we believe that people are our greatest assets, and leadership, um, you know, with people being our greatest asset, that is a perspective that leaders must have. And the reason being is because we work with people on a day-to-day basis. It is the people that show up to perform and to produce, and it's the people that interact and interface with our customers, our clients, right? So with that, as a leader, it's important for us to empower our people so that they know and they feel that they are our greatest asset. So again, it goes back to understanding people, in that we have a key role in empowering our people so that they feel confident and free to be innovative and share those unorthodox thoughts, those unheard of thoughts, those uncommon thoughts, right? In any environment or territory that we're operating in. So, I really enjoy this conversation because I believe that the fundamentals of this conversation really is rooted in us understanding our identity and removing any insecurities when it relates to our identity. I realize that so many people experience different things in their upbringing that by the time they are preparing to graduate from high school and go into adulthood, there's an identity crisis. And as we navigate the different transitions, it's important that we know who we are and what we were created for. Those things that resonate with you, those things that come natural to you, that's who you are. The word of God that connects with you when you hear the word of God or when you read the word of God, God speaks to us and he gives us revelation and he gives us insight and he gives us understanding that resonates with us. And those are the times where we should be taking notes and writing those things down, turning off our thoughts, right? Because it's those intimate moments where we get clarity on our purpose and how we are to carry out the work of the Lord here on earth, right? So, with that, it's just so important that we commit to understanding our natural nature, our identity, and at the same time articulating that, being confident in that, and sharing who we are so that our leaders can nurture our natural nature, right? So as we continue on with this conversation, I just really wanted to take a moment to let you all know that people are our greatest assets. You are the people, we are the people. And when we know that we are our greatest assets, we are empowered and we are confident to do what we know is already within us. So, as we move forward, how well do we know our people? How well do we understand people and personalities and building relationships? I believe that there are some instruments and some tools that are available to us. And most cases, I believe that they're highly underutilized. I believe that tools like DISC assessments and strength finders, those personality tests, they are great tools and instruments, right? They give us as individuals insight. They also give us different perspectives on characteristics and personality types of people. So not only do we get insight about ourselves, but we also get to get a view of other people and how they think and the different characteristics that they may show up as. Understanding behavior styles, it's so important. And I'm getting into a little psychology and sociology. But at the end of the day, we are all people and we're different. So when we take the time and invest to understand our differences, that opens up and expands our mind to receive different perspectives, right? And for the more perspectives that we can receive from people, the more successful we can be because we can hear who people are and who they're not, and we can leverage their strengths and their weaknesses. We can play more into those positive things, those great things about them, and empower them as opposed to, those things that they're not so great at, right? So, understanding and utilizing the instruments as those DISC assessments, strength finders, even understanding your marketing style helps us to understand how we can communicate and how we show up. So I encourage you all to, if you've never taken a DISC assessment, take one. Get an understanding of what the results are for you, and also share it with other people, maybe in your workplace or on your job, or in your business, and also maybe in church or in your ministry. And that way, you all can kind of talk about the results, the different characteristics, the different styles, and it'll also give you more insight and understanding of who a person is and how you can communicate with them to get the desired results, right? Um, this is all about relationships and how we exchange and work with others. All right. So, as we proceed on to talk about the building blocks and the mindset, everything, everything is mental, right? We want you to know that you are unique, you're creative, you're amazing, you're peculiar, and you're radical. And it is okay to be radical. If that's your personality style, if feel like it's time to show up differently and activate your voice and, show up and just be totally unorthodox, be radical. That's okay. Um, Again, you want to be who you are and nothing else. So with that, when we talk about mindset, and when we talk about how we show up, it's all mental, and we all really have an opportunity to plug into any environment that we're in when it comes to the workplace. Understanding our skills, understanding our knowledge, our abilities, those gifts that we're born and blessed with, those things that come natural to us, those things that you enjoy, you want to play on those things. Those are your strengths, and that's where you want to apply. As a leader, it's important for us to recognize the strengths and the knowledge and the abilities and the gifts of the people that work with us, right? When we take the time to observe and to listen and to understand the skills and the strengths of the people that work under us, we nurture that, and we leverage that. We provide you with tasks and opportunities that will, again, increase your confidence and empower you to be productive. And with that, we're able to yield the desired results as a collective in an organization. So it's vitally important as a leader to know and understand the strengths and the weaknesses of the people that work with us. And from there, play into those strengths so that people can be highly productive in the environment and empowered to lead, empowered to think, right? Empowered to innovate and do things differently and add value and bring some change into the environment. All right. So there are two essential areas when we talk about our skill sets and our mindsets. And I just wanted to put these on the screen so that you all, get take away some essential tools that you could potentially apply. And, skill sets, it's a framework that allows innovation. It allows you to understand the knowledge and the abilities to accomplish the goals. And also, there are tools that we can use and techniques that really we can apply. And me personally, I seek to get an understanding. And I believe that it's important that when we seek to get an understanding, we can then position ourselves to master things. So if there are, skills that you want to acquire, if there are certifications and trainings that we can take to grow those skills, to enhance those skills, and it's important for us to make that investment and commit right, to gaining experience and become an expert in that area. And then you can consider yourself having a skill set. When we talk about mindset, it's all mental and it's about the attitude and the results of our behavior that allows the tools and the skills to be effective. When I think about mindset, I think about our posture. I think about how we see things, how we respond, right? Mindset is foundational to everything that we do. It's our mindset that helps us to wake up and decide what we do when we get out of bed, right? So, being aware of your state of mind is so vitally important. And that's as an individual on an individual level. Being aware of your state of mind as a leader, that's a whole nother conversation because not only are you responsible for yourself, you're also responsible for others, right? And those other people, they're watching, they're looking at you, they're looking to you, right? They rely on you. So it's so important as a leader that we take the time to understand people, understand their characteristics, understand their personality types. And at the end of the day, it's our responsibility as a leader to give people what they need. I'm going to say that one more time because for some, that may require a mindset shift. I believe that is so important that as a leader, if we decide to show up as a leader, we have made a commitment and we accept the responsibility to give people what they need. We all have needs, right? And to understand the needs of people, we must understand people. And listen, we're created and designed by God, and God loves people. So it starts with love. It really starts with love. So, again, I encourage you all to be uniquely and creatively you as an innovative leader. All right. Is that my time? Samuel, I see you pop back on. Is that my time?
Not really, just wanted to also show my face
Okay.
so as to know that you've been impacting me and this session has been a blast. So thank you. Carry on. However, we just have to, because I want all of us to see, get to pray together before we go. And maybe if I would have something to share with all of you, I would just share from the heart and we take it on from there. However, it's been an amazing session. Carry on, please.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, as we continue this conversation with just understanding people and leveraging the skill sets and invoking positive mindsets in the work environment, it's so important that we welcome change, right? So, tips to grow and develop as an innovative leader. We want to be advocates that create a mandate for change, welcome change in the workplace. We want to back change and be an advocate for change. Change is really constant. And when we welcome change, that creates and fosters a posture of flexibility, right? Um, and also, as an innovative leader, we want to model what it takes. We want people to see that we are committed and that we mean what we say. So, following up and following through and exemplifying what comes out of our mouths and those things that we ask of our team members it's important that we exemplify that in all that we do. So, in addition to that, communicating challenging strategic issues. Issues will always arise. It's a matter of how we respond to those issues. I see issues as an opportunity for a discussion and an opportunity for us to create solutions. It's an opportunity for us to strategize and put some different thoughts on the table. How do we solve these issues? And from there, promoting collaboration, we seek creative ideas from others. So, communicate those challenging issues, and from there, welcome the team to come in and strategize and talk about how can we work together and solve these issues. How do we even see the issue, right? That's so important to start with just an understanding of the perspectives of the people in the room when we're talking about an issue. The other thing is, don't be afraid to create diverse teams. We need diversity. We need diversity all around us. And it's so important to welcome the differences of individuals because it's their difference that will make the world of a difference in the outcome. It's their difference that will make the world of a difference in the outcome. So, welcome highly diverse teams to come in and to serve and support your organization. With that, you'll see successful results. And also, you want to give people access. Oh, trust is so, so, so important. And trust can be so, so, so complex, right? Especially when it comes to being a business owner and starting a company and you know, birthing this baby and committing to sharing it with the world. It takes time to allow yourself to give people access, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, it's important to know and understand that not only do people need to know, like, and trust you, but it goes the same way. I mean, it's a there's an exchange there, right? People need to know, like, and trust you, and you also need to get to know, like, and trust others, right? So give people access to information, to some of your creative thoughts and experiences. And with that, they can become an extension of the thought or the idea that you had, and they can actually build upon your thoughts. So, access is very, very important. It empowers people to know that you trust them, and it will also foster them being productive and giving you their very best. Additionally, we want to, highlight design and build systems. Systems are so, so, so important. We need structure. And in order to function and operate and get profitable results, we need to have structure. So it's important that we um, take time to put systems in place, introduce people to the system so that they can understand those systems and be able to operate within the systems. And once they understand and can operate within the systems, then they can add value to the building of the system as you continue to grow and scale. And finally, we want to champion the ideas that people put on the table. Everyone should be able to present thoughts and ideas that's where the innovation really happens, when we allow people to imagine and create and present their ideas. It creates a sense of community that we can actually build and grow and do things together collectively, right? So it's important that we welcome ideas, and we, sometimes we may not always take all of the ideas and apply all of the ideas, but we want to let people know that we welcome them, and this may work or it may not work, and be, clear about why it may work or why it may not work. But at the end of the day, create an environment where we can champion and foster the ideas of others. And that's where you empower and encourage individuals to innovate and create. All right. So I know that the first speaker talked about project execution and delegation, and we are a little strapped for time. So I will stop here and turn it back over to Samuel. And if you would like for me to go on, then I'm happy to, but otherwise, we can save this for another time.
Yeah, obviously you've done an amazing job already.
Okay.
This is a session for 2 hours, and I believe that
Understand.
most of these materials would be sent to all of these amazing ladies on this call and the man I saw also.
All right.
So we just get a way to communicate all of those details to them and ensure that they're well informed. But let's take at least 1 or 2 questions before we drive to the end of the session today. Do we have any questions to ask? Felicia, I see your mic is unmuted. You can question.
Sorry. Yes, I had a few questions that either Lady Erin.
Is that what we're talking? Is that we're speaking or someone is?
No, this is Edwin.
Oh wow! Awesome.
Yeah.
Carry
on. So yeah, I had a that either Lady Erin or Brother Thomas can answer. So one of them was regarding when we were talking about having creative ideas. So is it possible if you can have multiple ideas or multiple creative things that you want to pursue? And if so, like, how would you go about it? Because I'm the kind of person where it's like I have like multiple things I want to pursue, multiple ideas that come to mind. But at the same time, I know that even when I try to pursue all those things at once, I end up getting, really tired or burnt out. And I always do try to prevent burning out. But at the same time, the question is, how do you have these multiple ideas, multiple creative things that you want to pursue, and how do you pursue it?
Okay. I'm happy to take that. Or Thomas, are you raising your hand? Go ahead. Thomas, if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'll take that. So the main thing here is how do your thought process about what's bigger than you? Because you have to think not about yourself now. You've got creative ideas. But what exactly, you see, sometimes we think about ourselves a lot. But think about what's bigger than you when it comes to your purpose. And those creative ideas, which of them do you really have so much passion for that once you go for it, it's not only going to add some level of positivity to your life, but it would add a lot of value to other people on the outside. Because once you start thinking on the bigger creative picture, the main thing is, once we think bigger than ourselves on how what we do would affect others in a positive way and how we would change their lives and make an impact on them, you would find out 100% what exactly you've got passion for. And when you find out that particular creativity that you've got passion for, it will get you up from that bed with ease every morning. You wouldn't have, because it's going to energize you, because now it's not about you anymore. It's about What can I do for people that are heavily reliant on me, that I can affect their life positively? So you can have different positive ideas, but one thing is you can have so many ideas. Execution is key because you have to execute and take action. You understand? So it's not looking for that perfection. But the major thing is what's bigger than you. One of my big goals is I have a business. I'm a business owner, and the way I look at things is anywhere my business operates, I always want to affect the lives of the local communities there, because it's very important. When you put a smile on people's face, even though you're doing business there, you can change their lives. You can make them understand what lies on the outside world. So that's a bigger purpose for me. So I just don't do business. I do business because I know part of the budgets for the next year is to improve the lives of people that work in the communities, create jobs for them, local health care, help them with water system. These things aren't costly, but the major thing is, gone are the days when you split the pie. People split the pie, and everybody tries to split. No, now we're in the world of grow the pie. You can satisfy your stakeholders, your shareholders, and everybody. Everybody can have a piece of the pie. Gone are the days when you open a business, you're only answerable to your investors or other people. Now, grow the pie, because every stakeholder will make that business transcend to the next level. And that's how to build a good culture. So think about what's bigger than you. Because once you find out that, you'll know what you've got passion for. So other creativities won't matter. So you'll be able to zone in on what's necessary. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take action is the word. Take action is the word. Take action. Very important. So let me hear from you also, Lady Erin. Did you have anything to add to that, please? Let's shoot.
Yeah, sure. Really quickly, Felicia, I thank you for your question. I can just relate as being a creative. There have been times where I've had so many thoughts, so many ideas, especially when, I believe that I'm in the spiritual realm and it's coming as a revelation. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I have so much here. Where do I start? What do I do? How do I apply? And I really, really believe that it's understanding the timing, right? Understanding what's in alignment to where you are and where God is taking you. Understanding what is connected to your purpose and the destiny that God has set out for you. And from there, getting crystal clear on what you have, the capabilities and the capacity to take action on, right? Once you understand your level of capacity, knowing that you have what is needed to implement whatever that idea is, then you devise a plan. That was the first thing that came to mind when you asked the question. Taking the time to create a plan. I'm a planner by nature. I believe that planning is so important.
Awesome.
Planning helps us to think through what we're going to do, when we're going to do it, how we're going to do it, right? So, with that, taking the time to plan, you'll eliminate the guesswork and you'll be better prepared and positioned to execute and be successful. So getting crystal clear on the alignment, and then from there, understanding your capacity to implement and then build from there is what I wanted to share. Hopefully that helps.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, Phyllis, did you get value from those responses?
I did. I have so many other questions, but I don't want to take up too much time.
Not a problem. So we can sort those questions out later on. We'll be able to
if you want to put them in the chat.
So right. So we'll be able to sustain the responses and know how best to attend to the rest of the questions.
Yes.
Can I insert a comment for that question briefly?
All right, please go ahead.
It's something I actually learned very briefly. I learned from Brother Isu, because I have a lot of ideas as well. And practically speaking, not always spiritual, practically speaking, he said, get 2 or 3, maybe 2 ideas that you're really passionate about. After what Lady Erin said, you discern the times and the seasons, you understand that God is trying to do something in the tech space. So this idea you have towards tech, you might want to run with that first. But in order to see, to maximize on the results of the projects you have, focus on like two major ones and like headbutt those things. Granted, based off of Thomas's point earlier about importance versus urgency, whilst you're working on those projects, sometimes in the middle, if the Holy Spirit's telling me to go on live, Instagram live, and put this video out, that's something you can do in the middle of planning the major step. But I would say, practically speaking, focus on two major projects that you can do well and do with excellence. And if something comes up in the middle, you can address those things. But yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Samuel?
Definitely. Thank you.
Samuel, it's Roz. I want to share this because I am a creative consultant under Aaron's organization. And what's so key and what's very important is that we do take the time to learn people. And her personality type meshed with mine as she learned me and I gave her the feedback and she got those scores. That helps me because she's able to focus. I'm a macro thinker, but it's easy for her to go micro. So I want to say that community is even key also. Felicia, when you were talking, I felt you because I feel like I get downloads all the time. And what do I need to work on? So community is very important also because others may be stronger in an area to help us narrow down what is priority, and they know us out of compassion, empathy, and discerning to be able to help us to prioritize if we're getting so overloaded. So I just wanted to share that. And Coach Aaron, bam to you. Good information.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Rose. You've been a very lovely and amazing soul. You are loved yourself and you are loved as well. So thank you very much, every one of you. You see, we have shared a lot in this call today. And there is the need for everyone on this call to see the reason to take actions. The two people I brought on this call are very powerful people in their various industries, and they are people that I can vouch for. Very amazing souls, intelligent, practical, successful, and just amazing. So all the actions that they have pointed out today, there is the absolute need for you all to get into taking action right away. Take action. Please, can you type in down there? Say, take action. Take action. Take action. Take action. Take action. Just keep typing it. Just take immediate action right away. Take action. That is the word. That is what is expected of every one of you. But just before we say a word of prayer, there is something I wanted to touch. And I train a lot of institutions across the globe, and I always do my trainings using the scriptures. It has been an aspect of me that has never been taken away. You invite me to train you on communication. I use the Bible, the biblical knowledge and experience. Business, I use the Bible a lot. And so I'm just going to, within 1 to 3 minutes, just to share this with you people. And I believe that it's something that would be of a very massive blessing to you all. Let me get to share my screen. Just a sec. Where is that? Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Can you see my screen? I love this PowerPoint presentation. It's just very simple and, like baby boomers, not the Gen Zs. All right, so today, in addition to everything that we have shared, can we look to leading like Nehemiah? Nehemiah is one of my best in the Bible, a lot. I look up to him in many things I do as an individual. I always tell people something very important that they need to do and know about the Nehemiah. The prophet Nehemiah provides a major idea about leaders and the model concept of standing out as a people of great value. There is something about the Nehemiah that truly and really resonates with me as an individual. It is the fact that Nehemiah knows how to solve a problem. And you cannot know how to solve a problem without identifying the problem that you want to solve. You have got to be very attentive to know the problem you intend to solve. You've got to be so intentional about it. Know the problem you want to solve, because you cannot solve all the problems in the world. You can only solve one problem at a time. So you've got to know the problem that you want to solve, from your family to any particular place you may be represented. You've got to know the problem that you want to solve. One thing else that really resonates with me a lot about Nehemiah is his ability to understand God's direction and vision as sought by the leader and the people. So every one of you on this call, there is one thing you must see yourselves as Nehemiahs. You must see yourself as a people who go by the two words, direction and vision. Direction and vision. You cannot be a visionary young lady when there is no direction. And you cannot be one who believes in direction without a vision. So vision gives birth to direction, and direction guides the vision. Never you ever for any reason wants to be part of a vision without understanding the need for direction. And the next thing I'm just going to add to that very quickly, we're already done for today's session, is God's leaders help people. God's leaders help to define the reality of the solution and the situation. So you've got to know how to define the reality of the situation. Do not be a leader who wants to sugarcoat situations. Be a real leader. Call the shot. Know how to say what it is. Do not say a different thing and you want other people to do a different thing altogether. It doesn't work. As opposed to what the society taught us, you've got to know how to call the shot as a leader. Very important. And I'm just going to be able to explain that to you on the basis of when Nehemiah said, "You see the trouble we are in, how Jerusalem lies in ruins with its gates burned." He was not describing his personal agenda, but assessing how Jerusalem and how the common situation faced by the people. Unless the reality can be described honestly, progress remains impossible. If you want to make progress as a leader, you must be honest about defining what the problem is. So progress is dependent on your ability to define what the problem is about. And very quickly, God's leaders care for the people and their situations. God's people care for the people and their situations. Nehemiah listened to the voice of the people. He showed care for their situation. Nehemiah identified with the people he thought in terms of we and us. You can see that in Nehemiah chapter 2 and verse 17. He came to understand and identify the trouble everyone is into. So as a leader, you have to always go by the word we and not you. Leadership is about everybody. Leadership is about everybody. It was Brian Tracy who said that leadership is all about raising leaders. Leaders don't raise followers. Leaders raise leaders. And this is one brilliant thing that you would also learn about Nehemiah in the Bible. He knows, and he was a great practitioner of raising people and caring honestly about people, not transactional care, but real care. Not transactional care, but real care. The final, I think this should be the final slide. God's leader builds a team. There are people that they don't even know how to build themselves, not to talk of building a team or pulling a team together. So your assignment as a young lady is to be able to build. Can you type it here? Say, I am a builder. I build my team. I build myself. I build my family. I build everything about me. I am a builder. Let that be a confession going forward. Regardless of who may be around you, you've got to see yourself as one person who is building. You are a builder. You are a builder. And that is the situation that you just have to, ensure always and always, always goes with you. So God's people build a team. They are builders. They are builders. Nehemiah gained the trust of the people. This permitted him to build a team that could make the vision happen. Bezalel in the Bible collaborated with Moses. That is another person in the Bible that I love, Bezalel. People share the responsibilities. People have an accomplished set of goals that they have set for themselves. But your assignment is to bring people together to build. Your assignment is to help to raise more builders. From your family, you've got to be seen as a builder. The church, a builder. Do not be part of the people who want to dominate, or be a servant leader. The Bible tells us about Jesus. Jesus was able to take territorials. Jesus was called a leader because Jesus understood how to be a servant leader. So different people worked on different sections of the world, and people were assigned to work closest to their homes. That was the building project coordinated by Apostle Nehemiah. And amazing ladies, I'm just going to leave this word with you people. I guess this should be my final slide, right? We don't have much time anymore. We've got to end today's session. But I just feel from the place of my heart to say this to you people. Do not consider this training to be a waste of time. And the easiest way to justify that is by making sure that you practice everything you gain from this training today. Let the people who are around you, let everybody who is around you see the reason to want to know more God about God and of God through you. Be the episode of Christ wherever you are found. Be the episode of leadership wherever you are found. Let the light of God reach the world through your personality. And that is what will really count. We live in a world that believes in knowledge, but I live in the world that believes that the word of the Lord is what amplifies the worldly knowledge. Everything rises and falls on your experience and your exposition to the level of the word of God that you must have exposed your mind to. And that is the reality. Do not call yourself a leader if you have not understood how to be a servant. Please, I beg of you. I beg of you in the name of God, don't call yourself a leader if you have not seen yourself as a servant. It's dangerous to be a leader without a character of servanthood. It's dangerous. It wouldn't even amount to anything reasonable. And I believe that as we have shared all of this thoughts today, that all of you are going to be able to shine a light to the rest of the world. And I'm so successfully, I feel so glad, I'm so excited about the impact that must have come on every one of you. And I'm rooting for all of you to take nations, wherever you are found, UK, London, Canada, anywhere you are found, take nations. From any part of the nation you are located, take nations. Take it from your family, take it from yourself, and do not forget to be a servant. Always be humble. No matter how far you go in life, be humble. That is what really matters a lot, and nothing else. The voice of humility is more powerful than the voice of the strongest. The voice of humility is stronger than the voice of the strongest. Can we just lift our voices in some words? I'm called to serve, and I believe you all have been called to serve. So as we close, I would also like to say this to you all of you who attended this call today. You are going to be able to receive your your clearances, you're going to be getting some packages, some materials, all will come through Ura, the leader of the KWC. And all of that, many of you are going to be having access to 1 or 2 opportunities and all of that. But then, before we even mention those opportunities, I want to encourage every one of you within the times that be, do well to support the work of God via the KWC. Partner with her anywhere you are found. If you want to do real business and all of that, you can speak to Wura, and Wura can get to Thomas, can get to Erin, can get to other professionals that I could vouch for and we could vouch for. And with that being said, I want us to, if you can unmute your mic wherever you are located at the moment, sitting, standing, drinking juice, water. I'm having a bottle of water here. Wherever you are located at the moment, driving, please drive safe. Do not jam any stone. I'm begging you. I see you, Dr. Rose. Don't jam any stone. Awesome. Laps, caparos.